guys? It's LoveLee Notary. Anyways, I just still haven't come up with a theme song and y'all ain't no help. So I guess I'm just going to have to just sing a little wonky little something every time until somebody donates a song, gives me a song for my channel. Anyways, today we're going to talk about the top 10 guidelines that you as a notary need to know about and be aware of to prevent a lawsuit or illegal activity. So let's get into it. All right, so let's jump right into it. These are not in any kind of special order or nothing like that. It just is what it is. So what's the first one? When you present the document to the signer, present the entire thing. I know it would be like so much easier in life to take out all the forms and documents that need to be signed and they need to be notarized and dated and say, boom, this is what you need to do. This stuff doesn't matter. And you can't do that. You just cannot do it. The best and safest thing for you to do is present to them the entire document. And the ones that need to be signed, of course, you put a tab by those and note them. I think that makes the signer or the borrower feel like, oh, okay, well, this is all the way up to sign. So sometimes they even feel like they want to rush and get it done, which is not always a good thing. But for them on their end. But even just doing that, they see it and know like, oh, my God, I got to sign a lot. So just give them everything so that they never can have room to say, well, I didn't see this document or I didn't see that one. Boo, yes, you did. We talked about it. We went over the whole thing. We talked about this. We talked about it already. You know what I'm saying? So, and also by giving them the entire packet, it also leaves less room for error. Whenever you take out your sheets, what if you skip one? What if you just overlook one? Things happen. So always present the entire document. I'm not sitting there saying to explain every single sheet of paper. No, but at least present it to them, and you can even kind of flip through those a little faster than the ones that need to be signed. So, all right. So, I know a lot of us be on that CP time, but if the signer is just not present at all, we cannot notarize. We can't just go ahead. We can't do that. We can't just go ahead and do that little, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna see you later on. No. If you ain't here when this is supposed to be done, oh, cool, I got country. If you ain't here, if you're not here present when the signing is supposed to be done, I cannot do the signing because you have to sign it. So it just makes sense. Make sure that the signer is there. Make sure you identify them with their ID. Make sure it matches and make sure it's the same person on the picture. All right, number 3. So number 3 is a pre or post dated certificate. Us as notaries, we cannot go ahead and put the date of this day before that day around that time, because a lot of times when they're wanting us to do that, they're just trying to meet like a funding deadline or, you know what I'm saying, avoid expiring rates on the interest lock, like their interest rate that they will get for their house. If they don't have certain stuff done in a certain time, they lose that rate and it's not locked in. So a lot of times they do have deadlines of their own, but I ain't finna lie for you. I ain't finna pre-date and post. No, you crazy. No, I don't like jail. Okay, so this next one I've never actually had an issue with. I haven't ran into this before, but it's signer awareness, willingness. Got a little and disability. So, it's pretty self-explanatory. If you run into a signer and they have a disability and you're not aware of it, because the only way you'll be aware of it is through your email that has everything you need to know. If they don't put in there that the person needs help with their elbow to sign with their left hand, which I don't know why that would ever happen, but if they don't give you any instruction basically to say, hey, this person has a disability, so you need to assist them in signing, as long as you agree to that, it's fine. If they coming up in there talking, I need this and that, you need to call the company and say, hey, nobody notified me, what's going on? I'm sure they can figure it out from that point. Also, if you feel like the person's being a little tortured or not tortured, or they're being pushed or influenced into signing something, that is another like red flag, lawsuit, jail, bend over and cough. Like that is it. Don't do it. Okay. Just do the opposite of the Nike thing and just don't do it. Okay. Also, what's the other one? Oh, make sure that the signer is aware of what they're signing. You don't have to spell it out for them, but if they just seem like, I didn't know about this, or I didn't agree to that. If you start to hear that a lot, that is a sign, a red flag for you to stop what you're doing, make a phone call to the signing company or whoever, the lender, and say, hey, she's very unaware of all these documents. I don't feel comfortable. Maybe we can reschedule. I don't know. Just call them and let them know, hey, this is what's going on. Like he or she does not seem like they know about these documents or they are comfortable signing them. So make sure you just keep communication with the signing companies when these things happen or you'll be in jail. All right, so number 5 is inconsistent handwriting and signatures. That is something that I stress in the beginning. It was one of the first things I say right before we sign. I'm like, make sure that when you sign, date and initial, do it all in the same format, the same handwriting, the same way. And they ask why, and I'm like, it's just guidelines. It keeps people from being confused about things because there are people who intentionally will over time sign wrong or differently on purpose. Illegal. You can't do that. You have to have the same signature throughout or else it'll look like somebody else signed it, and then you don't want anybody to be confused about that. So always make sure that they know from the beginning, like, hey, I need you to format the date and your signature the same way throughout this entire package. Very important to do that. All right, number 6 is evidence of tampering. So if you see somebody, if you notice some tampering going on, I don't know why I'm doing this, but if you notice or feel like or sense that the paperwork has been tampered with in any kind of way for whatever kind of reason, stop what you're doing, call that signing company and let them know what's up, period. Because if they have tampered with something and y'all have done this signing and they've signed everything and you don't know that they changed, something to 1,000,000 or add a few more zeros, you know what I'm saying? Your ass is grass right about now. So always be careful to make sure that you keep it temperament free. All right, so number 7, lucky 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Incomplete documents. Y'all, on one of my first videos that I did about doing this stuff, I guess my rhythm of how I do everything, I always double, triple, quadruple check to make sure all of my documents are complete. The last thing you want to do is schedule another signing and then have a company call you and say, yeah, the signing you just did, you're missing your signature or the date or your seal or anything like that. And if anything's missing, that's also going to be a ding against the company. They'll kind of notice like, oh, she's a little sloppy. Boop, we'll call her, but maybe a little less. So be very careful about not missing documents, but, well, is it missing? Incomplete documents. Make sure everything is done and filled out. No blank spaces left. All right. Number 8 is potential or actual misrepresentation. Let me tell y'all something. If you check that face and you check that ID and they not the same, then leave, okay? Get that bread, get them documents, and leave, okay? Leave. This is a problem. It's not okay. Get out. Get out. Then leave. That's what B. King say. If you're from Houston, you know about B. King. Then leave, okay? This is not an area or a space you need to be in if there are people that are misrepresenting each other. Sometimes you may see family members doing it or somebody you don't know, a stranger, a friend, whomever, somebody on the street. I don't know. So always make sure you verify closely, very, very closely with who the signers are, okay? It's very important unless you want to be in that jail. All right, number 9 is the Notary Seal. The Notary Seal. The Notary Seal. I didn't know people were doing this, but people are letting other people use their seal. So clearly that's illegal. It's kind of like at work when you clock in at your job, right? You can't clock in for little Susie Woozy. You got to clock in for Uzi Oozy, for you not have a jobby and you loosey woozy. All right. You can't be clocking in for other people. Same thing with this seal. You can't let somebody borrow your seal right quick for $10. No, you cannot do that. If somebody figures that out, your behind is whined. I can't think of anything to say. So do not share your seal. If you lose your seal, I definitely say replace it ASAP. That is your job. It is important that you have that seal. So please, y'all, don't be sharing y'all seals. For real, please. And number 10, failing to keep a record of your notarial acts. I'm probably saying that notarial word wrong. Notarial. No, I'm saying it right. Notarial acts. Y'all, please record every time you do one, okay? It's super important to have that book everywhere you go, every time you do a signing. You need to record every time you do something. If somebody comes back with a question, your T's will be crossed and your I's will be dotted, because they will have the documents that were signed, and you will have your journal where there's probably very valuable information to whomever is asking these questions. And you will have everything you need. Hey, look, take the book, bruh. Hey, feds, popos, whoever y'all are, detectives, take the book. I'm good. I got this. I'm good. I'm legit on my side. So always have that book, that journal. Record anytime you do any type of notary act. And y'all, keep it safe, okay? Keep it cool.
Next. Comment down below and hit that subscribe button.